Hello everyone and welcome back to Paul's Halls. My name is Paul and this, wow, we have a lot of books today, is my haul. This is the Selbyville Public Library's book unhauling for our patrons. These are the books that we ordered recently, and I hope that there are things in this haul that really speak to you that you can place on hold. Because there are so many books, I'm not going to go too in depth with summaries today. But before I get started, I just want to talk about the two raffles that we have going on during the months of October and November. So these two raffles are going to last for 2 whole months. One is an American Girl doll set with a lot of paraphernalia and toys with the American doll. The set is worth over $375. So if you have a child or a grandchild that would be interested in this, please enter that raffle. And then there is another raffle with a Vera Bradley bag. It's like an overnight bag and like a makeup bag, along with a holiday cookie creation set. So one is the American Girl doll, and the other is the Vera Bradley bag in the cookie making set. And those will last until November the 30th. So please support the operating cost here at the library by purchasing a few tickets in the raffle. We really appreciate everyone's donation and support of the library, and we are looking forward to a bright future at the library. All right, let's get to today's book, starting with some books that I got at a local science fiction and fantasy convention over in Washington, D.C. These are books that I got for the library and for myself. Starting with a book that the author gave away from A.C. Wise, one of my favorite authors. This one is called Hooked, and they write a few retellings of the Peter Pan story. And if that sounds interesting to you, check this out. From A.C. Wise, Hooked. She also wrote one called Wendy Darling. Next, we have the first authorized book in the Haunting of Hill House world from Shirley Jackson. This one is called A Haunting on the Hill from Elizabeth Hand. So if you liked Shirley Jackson's The Haunting on the Hill House, return to that spooky atmosphere in A Haunting on the Hill. So excited to read that one. I love Shirley Jackson's novels. They're so good. And having this kind of a sequel to it is exciting. Next, I have a short story collection from Tanavery Dew. This is called The Wishing Pool and Other Stories. A lot of the stories in here are horror and gothic horror and suspense. So if you like short stories and you like horror, I would give Tanavery Dew a try. Next, we have a short story collection from Charlie Jane Anders, one of my favorite authors. This one is called Even Greater Mistakes. And while I was at the convention, she was nice enough to sign this and said, "To Paul, libraries rule. Please keep helping people to fall in love with books." Then we have an anthology from Neil Clark. This is the best science fiction of the year, volume 7. Those were all stories written in 2021. And then we also have John Scalzi's newest book. It's called Starter Villain, and the villain is a cat. And it's fantastic. Inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who's running the place. All right, so my book's out of the way. Let's get to these other books here. We have some large print books. The first one is a large print edition of Dead Mountain from Preston and Child. I talked about this book in previous hauls, and it does sound fantastic. We have Karen Slaughter's newest book. It's called After That Night. After That Night. So it looks like Will Trent is on a new television show on ABC. So congrats to Karen Slaughter for having a television show based off of her books. Next we have J.A. Jantz. This one is called Blessings of the Lost Girls. This is a Bradley and Walker family novel. A lot of thrillers today in the large print box. And the last large print book is the new Sandra Brown book, Out of Nowhere. another thriller with some romance elements. Sandra Brown has been running for a very long time now. So if you're a Sandra Brown fan, we now have the regular print and the large print of this novel. Okay, let's get to the first box. Okay, in this first box, we're going to talk about the children's books first. The picture books. We have a very cranky book. The book's like, go away. If you really want something to read this, The End. That's what he says on the back. This is from Angela and Tony Didderizzi. They've been writing a lot the last few years. Very cool. I love when children's authors make inanimate objects have personalities. It's so much fun. The next book is Construction Site Taking Flight. Construction Site Taking Flight. This is from Sherry Dusky-Rinker and A.G. Ford. Very long-running series that kids love because it's about construction sites and huge machines. Next, we have a book called How This Book Got Read from Margaret Chi Granias and Melissa Iway. Next, we have this beautiful book, Hazel in the Spooky Season. This is a Halloween book, and it is lovely. It is from Kyle Sullivan and Jess Mason. Wow. That is beautiful. And the last children's picture book we have is from Amanda Gorman and Christian Robinson. It's called Something Someday. It's about children being friends. Okay, some juvenile books. We have Dogtown from Catherine Applegate and Jennifer Choldenko. We have a graphic novel, the newest Phoebe and the Unicorn series. This one is called Unicorn for a Day, another Phoebe and her unicorn adventure from Donna Simpson. We have the newest Dork Diaries book. This one is called Tales from a Not So Posh Paris Adventure from Rachel Renee Russell. We have a new graphic novel from The Investigators. This one is called All Tied Up from John Patrick Green. And then we have a new Rick Riordan book. It says Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This one is called The Chalice of the Gods. The Chalice of the Gods. So Percy Jackson, Annabeth Chase, and Grover Underwood all reunite for their first quest since The Lightning Thief, since the very first book that started everything. All right, now for some adult books. We have Skinny Taste, Simple. This is a cookbook from Gina Homolka. This is making me hungry. Let's look at a recipe here. Oh, we have turkey unstuffed pepper bowls. Yum. Next we have a new Christmas book from Mary Kay Andrews. This one is called Bright Lights, Big Christmas. You can almost make a song out of that one. Next we have the biography about Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy. It's called Jackie, Public, Private, and Secret. And it's from J. Randy Tara Borrell. So if you're interested in the whole Camelot Kennedy thing, you might like that one. Another Christmas book here from Fern Michaels. This one is called Santa and Company. We have a new Jeffrey Archer book. This one is called Trader's Gate. Trader's Gate. 24 Hours to Stop the Crime of the Century. We have the new James Patterson, Mike Lepica book. This one is called 12 Months to Live. Jane Smith is an ex-cop and undefeated defense attorney. She has a year to live unless they kill her first. Ooh. All right, we have a new ginormous book from Ken Follett. This one is called The Armor of Light. The Armor of Light. This is the sequel to A Column of Fire. So if you've really enjoyed the Pillars of the Earth series, we have another one. One of these days, I'll take like a year off of work and just read all those books because it probably will take a year to read all of those. Next, we have a new mystery from Richard Osman. This one is called The Last Devil to Die. It is a Thursday Murder Club mystery. And the last book from this box is from Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard. This one is called Killing the Witches, the Horror of Salem, Massachusetts. All right, let's get to the next box. I told you there were a lot of books. Okay, in this box we have a lot of children's books, so let's get to it. The first is a board book. This one is called You're My Little Cutie Pie. You're My Little Cutie Pie. It is a Thanksgiving themed board book. It is from Natalie Marshall, and it's amazing. As you flip through, it becomes different things from Thanksgiving. Like this one is a buttered roll. This is probably the best book in this entire haul. Next we have Dragons Are the Worst from Alex Lewin. Dragons are the worst. It's an awfully colorful book. And then we have Elves Are the Worst from Alex Lewin. Another extremely colorful, amazing art. So Channing Tatum is writing children's books. This one is called The One and Only Sparkalella. Sparkella, and The Big Lie is illustrated by Kim Banks. Speaking of authors becoming writers for kids' books, Matthew McConaughey has a child's book, and this one is called Just Because. It's illustrated by Renee Corella, and I read some of this before. It's amazing. Next, we have a book called The Heartbeat of the Land from Kathy Freeman. The Heartbeat of the Land. And this is about a young woman in Australia, and her ancestors are the Aboriginals from Australia. Next, we have My Epic Dad Takes Us Camping. Oh yeah, by Danny V and Marina Verola. And the last children's book, the picture book, is Don't Eat Bees, Life Lessons from Chip the Dog. And this one is from Dave Petty and Mike Bolt. Oh, look at that art. All right, then a few juvenile books here. We have The Last Kids on Earth from Max Brailer. Then we have an I Survived graphic novel. This one is The American Revolution, 1776. Great way for children to learn about history is these I Survived books. And then I have a few teen mangas. We have Blue Lock and #1 and Blue Lock #2. These are for teens, and it's about a soccer team. So if you like manga and you like drama with sports, you probably would like this series. And then we have a few mangas of Zelda and the Twilight Princess. And this is from Akira Hamakawa. It's amazing how certain things become popular again. Like Mario Brothers was popular again. Zelda's popular again. It's just a lot of fun. Okay, let's get to the adult books. This first one is called Behind the Screens, illustrated floor plans and scenes from the best TV shows of all time. Well, this one's gonna be hard to say. Inikai Aleste Nazaraldo with Neil Fisher. So it shows like floor plans and the designs of like television shows like Friends and Seinfeld and The Office and Simpsons, Killing Eve, Big Bang Theory, and much, much more. It's really cool. I think it's fantastic. A patron of ours told me about this, and we did not have this in Delaware, and I felt like it was something that people would like. Next, we have a book from Christina McDonald. This one is called These Still Black Waters. The Darkness of the Past is Waiting, a Jess Lambert thriller. We have a second copy of Hello Beautiful from Anne Napolitano. We have the Book of Charlie, Wisdom from the Remarkable American Life of a 109-Year-Old Man from David Von Driel. And then the last book for today's haul is the new biography from Walter Isaacson on Elon Musk. All right, those are all the books for today's book haul. Wow, that's a lot of books. Fantastic. So happy to be here at the library. stop by, get some new books, put some of these books on hold. Just stop by and say hello. We love our patrons, and we will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.